Yeah, good morning, everyone. So we had seen uh, market more of in US positive, but futures are a bit negative. Even Asian market are seeing mixed reaction. Few of the markets are positive, but the other are negative. So we are seeing since last few days that market is remaining in the range mode in the international market, whereas in the domestic market we had seen some positiveness in last few days. Uh, if you see the commodities are seeing um, here again the oil is moving up and has moved up by almost around $1.5. This is driven by increasing conflict in between the Israel and Iran, and also there is a hurricane which is moving towards the moving towards the Mexican Gulf coast. That is also disrupting some oil supply, and also the expectation is that in the near term there will be uh, some deficits in the oil supply as compared to the demand. So that is keeping the oil strong and moving up. And apart from that, other commodities are like iron ore is up by around 1%, and the steel is up by around 0.5% in today's morning. Um, so overall, seems like there is a uh, mixed reaction or indications from the international market. We had seen 2 days of good gain in the Indian market. Quite possible that today we may remain sideways or see some profit booking in today's trade. I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Yes, thank you for this morning. Our call is Swati. Today, the market is likely to open on a positive note and likely to witness some uptick in the today's trading session. Yesterday it was a good positive closing about 24,100 levels, which gives some sort of a good sign on the technical plan. As of now, the immediate resistance is placed at around 24,200. And we know about that level, we expect the positive momentum to be carried forward towards 24,270, 24,340 levels on the high. Whereas on the downside, as of now, the immediate support is placed at around the psychological support level, which comes to around 4,000 levels. Any move below that level will attract some sort of a profit booking, which might take the Nifty towards 23,930, 24,100 levels on the downside. Coming towards the Bank Nifty, 52,900, 53,240 are the crucial resistance levels we need to keep eye on. Whereas the support is placed at around 52,400 and 52,100 levels. Whereas the Fin Nifty, the resistance for today intraday purpose is lies at around 23,020, 23,940, whereas the support is placed at around 23,500 and 23,350 levels. Stock specific, Asian Pen looks good on the technical front. After the sharp correction, we are witnessing that the stock is forming a surrounding supports at the lower levels. We already have initiated a buy call at around 29.15 levels. One can go for a long positions for a immediate target of 3,040 by maintaining a strict stop loss of 28.15. That's it from my end. I request your radio team to take call for.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Edwin. So on the derivatives front, the overall OI positions on the put writer is continuously getting added on near the ATM strikes. We are seeing that from 24,100 to 23,700 mark. Continuously, put writer positions are heavier against the call writer position. The nearest call writer positions which we are seeing right now is directly coming towards the 24,500 level, while on the downside the base is getting formed near 24,000 to 23,900 levels. So overall strength seems to be more on the positive side on the daily basis from last 6 days of trading session. we are seeing that the Nifty is giving a positive closing. Only in the Friday session, we have seen that there was a minor negative close, but from last 5 days of trading session, there is continuously positive side, and the trend has been continuously on the upper side. So we expect the market trend to be on the positive side till the downside support is not getting broken out. While on the monthly basis, also we are seeing that at 24,000 strike, around 14 million positions of put writer positions are intact. Against that, the call writer position is at 8 million positions, so almost one fourth portion of the call writer is there against the put writer portion. This is also showing strength, while PCR over yesterday closed at 1.21 level. The support for the PCR right now for the next 1 to 2 weeks of trading session will be 1.12 to 1.08 level on the downside. Once if PCR goes below 1.12 level on the closing basis, then we might expect some sort of profit booking. But till the time it's not going below that level, and at that point of time, if Nifty is also not going below 23,900 level, till that point of time, we will get support from the PCR and the OI data front. While on the stock specific front, our counter that looks positive in today's session will be LTF. L&T Finance looks positive. Another counter that looks positive will be MGL, SRF. Overall, we have seen that a specialty chemical counter in yesterday's second half. The buying has been witnessed. The selective counters from the specialty chemical will be SRF, Deepak United. This both counter looks positive, and fresh long position has also been initiated in yesterday trading session. So that's it from Better Front. Thank you.
Good morning. DCX Systems has received a contract for 1,250 crores from L&T for manufacture of electronic modules to be executed over 3 years. South Indian Bank Q1 update is neutral. Advances grew 2.7% sequentially, 11% year on year. Deposit growth was slower at 1.6% sequentially, 8% year on year. CASA ratio is at 32%. Against March quarter's 30% and last year's 33%. CSB Bank Q1 update is negative on all fronts. Cross advances grew 2% sequentially, 18% year on year, which was mainly led by gold loans, which grew by 5.7% sequentially, 24% year on year, and they are now forming 50% of the overall loan mix. Non-gold loans declined by 1% sequentially and grew by 12% year on year. Deposit growth on sequential basis was at just 0.7%, and even CASA ratio has declined to 25% against March quarter's 27% and last year's 31%. Welspun Specialty Solutions received a contract worth 117 crores for supply of seamless stainless steel boiler tubes for NTPC. The contract is to be executed by December this year. So positive for Welspun Specialty. Thank you.
Good morning. On the IPO front, today Allied Blenders and Distillers Limited is listing. The issue size is of rupees 1,500 crore at the upper end price band of rupees 281. The issue consists of 1,000 crore of fresh issue and offer for sale worth rupees 500 crore. From this issue, rupees 720 crore to be utilized for the prepayment of the borrowings and the rest for the general corporate purposes. We had recommended neutral on this issue. The company has a pan-India presence in the Indian whiskey market with an estimated market share of 11.8% in terms of sales volume for FY23. And it has a product portfolio which comprises of 16 major brands, where it has a prominence in whiskey brands of around 10 brands they have. The company generates 97% of its revenue from whiskey, and it has a flagship brand of Officer's Choice Whiskey that commands a substantial market share, contributing 60% of the overall whiskey sales that they have. Company's domestic sales contributes 90% of its overall revenue. Company's financial performance, in terms of financial performance, the company's revenue has grown at a CAGR of 13% between FY21 to 24. And when it compared with the peers, it is at the lower end. The company is focusing on the premiumization, where it has recently launched a product in its premium segment, that is Zoya, which is a special batch premium in gin, and it has a total 5 brands in the premium category. The issue is valued at 32 times to EV by EBITDA based on its annualized 9-month FY24 EBITDA. And this is considered to be fully priced when compared with the average peers valuation of 36 times. The company is also has a lower spending on the sales and marketing when compared with the peers. We had recommended neutral on the issue. The market expects the stock to list at 15 to 20% premium. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good morning. Auto numbers for two-wheelers, passenger vehicles and tractors were marginally below expectations, while commercial vehicles numbers were marginally above expectations. Two-wheeler numbers showed a mixed performance. Looking at company-specific figures, M&M and Tata Motors PV sales were below expectations, but Maruti Suzuki sales were above expectations. Both M&M and Maruti Suzuki grew by 11% YOY, whereas Tata PV sales declined by 8% YOY. Tata Motors CV and Ashok Leyland sales were in line with expectations, while Eicher Motors CV sales were above expectations. Tata Motors CV sales declined by 7% YOY. Ashok Leyland declined by 2% YOY, and Eicher Motors grew by 11% YOY. M&M tractor sales were above expectations, whereas Escort sales were below expectations. M&M tractors grew by 6% YOY, while Escorts declined by 3% YOY. In the two-wheeler segment, Bajaj Auto and Hero MotoCorp sales were above expectations, but TVS Motors and Royal Enfield sales were below expectations. Bajaj Auto and TVS grew by 5% YOY. Hero MotoCorp grew by 15% YOY, and Royal Enfield declined by 5%. Atul Auto and SML Isuzu sales were improved. Thanks.
Yeah, apart from this, there was a fire in the coal mine in Australia. This is Grosvenor mine, which produces coking coal, and the mine is comparatively quite large. This has resulted into production cut of this has contributed the production of around 2.3 million ton in H1 from the total mine of around 8 million ton in H1. So that much production for the short period will go out from the production. And considering the overall world demand, though it is a smaller figure, but it is a high grade coking coal and has a good demand. So this will have some impact on the pricing of the coking coal in the international market. In fact, yesterday the prices has increased by around $11. So it can further increase from here. So short-term coking coal prices can move up because of this and can have some impact on the steel stocks. Apart from this, yesterday Patanjali Food has announced the acquisition of their group company FMCG business, that is home care business and personal care business from the Patanjali Ayurved Limited. And the acquisition is cost is around 1100 crores. In that, Patanjali will get a revenue of around 2,700 crores and also EBITDA of around 496 crores. So apparently looks very attractive at 1100 crore FMCG business. Company will be getting EBITDA of 496 crores, so almost works out to around 2.1 time EV by EBITDA. So which looks very attractive. But if we add up to the overall financials of existing Patanjali and these acquisitions and thereafter work out the valuations. The valuations looks quite reasonable. On trailing basis, it is trading somewhere at around 36 times, whereas if we talk about Emami, that is that will be trading at around, that is trading at around 32 times. Though if we compare it with Dabur, which is trading at 45 times, we feel that that is not the right comparable, considering that a lot of portion of the Ayurveda Patanjali business comes from the oil business, so which is a larger chunk. So should not get valuation of Dabur, but could be near to Imami. So valuation wise, because of the recent 2 days price increase, might have captured large part of this gain. So overall seems positive, but valuation leaves limited scope for this stock to move up. Then one more news, that is Ganesha Eco Spring Ganesha Eco Spring has commenced third line of production of rPad chips, uh, wherein they had commissioned the second line in March, and the full benefit of the same will be reflected in the first quarter. And now they had commissioned one more line. The benefit of that will be visible in the second quarter. And this business is getting very good margins, though their existing margins are around 11-12%, but this business is getting them the margins of around 18% plus. So that will act as positive for the Ganesha ecosystem. That's all from us. Now I'll request commodity team to take up from here.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So in today's session, we are expecting commodities to rise, and one can buy gold around 71,650 with a stop loss of 71,400. On upside, we are eyeing for 71,900 to 72,100. And silver, we are expecting prices to test 90,500 to 91,000 on the upside. So buying on dips is recommended. One can maintain a stop loss of 89,100. In metals, copper, we are expecting prices to test 853, 855 on upside. So buying around 843 is recommended with a stop loss of 838. Zinc also, we are expecting prices to test uh, 268 to 70 levels on the upside. So buying on dips around 265.50 is recommended with a stop loss of 263. Crude oil prices are trading in a positive territory. Prices are expected to test 7,050, 7,100 on upside. So buying on dips is recommended around 91.50 to 91.30. 69.30 to 69.50, and maintain a stop loss of 68.70. And natural gas prices are correcting, and we are expecting prices to test 202 197 level on downside. So there are chances of a pullback from 202 200 levels. So if prices are sustaining around these levels, then one can initiate a buy for a pullback with a stop loss of 195. On upside again, 212, 215, whereby again selling pressure could be witnessed. So for trading purpose, one can also initiate a sell around 215 and maintain a stop loss of 222. So that's it from us. Thank you very much.